Yay!
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of that?
Da-da-da-da.
That was a Vince original tune using, one of those pre-built things on your computer, right? I'm not a musician, but I put that, a little like early '90s gangster rap flavor,
cool,
little West Coast. Here we go. It is another episode of Analysts After Work, and I am joined by two incredible people. We are spanning the Americas today. We've got on the bottom of the screen Mindy Bohannon, and to my right on the screen Fabricio Laguna. Welcome back to Analysts After Work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad to be here. Very happy.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get going, the intro music. Great song or the best song you've ever heard?
Yes, I thought it was Beatles, wasn't it?
That was not the Beatles at all.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'm like, thank you. I've never considered myself in the realm of the Beatles, but I'll take it. You guys both know the drill. First question time. Fabricio, the Brazilian BA. What are you bringing to the party today, my friend?
Yes, here there is a nice bottle, right?
Oh.
Yeah, but not well. It's tea, right? I don't know how to translate it, but it's a very native tea. I have looked
like
at
a kombucha
in the web,
kind of
no, we call scent grass tea.
Okay.
It's an herb. They call it scent grass, and I saw it came from India, but it's cool.
Okay.
My wife did it yesterday.
An afternoon refresher type drink.
Yes. It's I like to drink it cold, but my wife likes it hot. But it's tea.
Something for everyone.
Well, I guess I should have clarified. We'll do the cheers in a second. Hold on. I should have clarified when we were in the pregame, and I said, "Do you have a drink?" And you said yes. I went and got my brandy, and I should have clarified. You're actually it's an adult beverage. Okay, yeah. But tea.
I'm not an alcoholic drinker,
and that's fine. You don't have to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to be. Mindy.
Yeah. I did have some raspberry hot tea that I've been drinking all day, and so for tonight, I'm going to upgrade to Old Forester 1920. Just picked it up, obviously, and I'm enjoying it very much. So I like a little bourbon once in a while. Yeah.
All right. Cool. I've been on a bit of a yeah. Well, and I don't drink as much tea as I probably should, or like could, because it's coffee for me. I've been on a real bourbon thing lately too, and I've got my well documented Basil Hayden's.
I have that downstairs too,
which is tremendous.
Yeah.
But I in the lead up, so I've the first thing I have a coffee that I'm still finishing my afternoon coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I've got some Duff Gordon, the most Spanish name ever. Duff Gordon, Spanish brandy. So and as you can see, we've finished off the bottle.
I have to write that down.
It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I've had some killer. Oddly enough, I've had probably the most killer brandy I've ever had was from Carrefour, which is like buying, like Jen Forrest's buying wine at Aldi. It's because Carrefour is just a grocery store, and but it is tremendous.
Right.
Anyways, I said we were going to do it.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friends. What are we drinking about?
To your health?
I'm drinking to your health.
Oh, thank you.
Being together today.
To our health.
To everyone.
To our health.
And to all the people that are joining in. Amy, AJ, Jimmy's here, Steve's here, Judy, Tamara, Mufaro, Rachel. Guys, I'm in a I want to say I'm in a good mood, but I can't tell you why. Because like, just things have been going really well today, and I don't want to jinx it, but things have been like I'm just happy. So I mean, we can talk about happiness, but maybe we'll start with what's been going on since the last time you guys were here, because I think the last time we were very much in the grips of the pandemic, and you know, one of our countries at least, and it's not mine this time, is actually kicking ass as it relates to getting out of this thing. So, Mindy,
Oh,
what's going on, man?
well, what's happening is the United States of America is bogarting all the shots that we can make,
Yeah, which is a
and
bit douchey,
not
but I kind of
sharing.
get it. I get it.
I know, right? I'm torn because yes, we need our economy propped up. We're not doing well either, but at the
Yeah.
same time, we have to help others, and so it's people with bigger brains than me on this issue that are figuring this out, and it's yeah, I'm in the queue, but I don't know where I am in the queue.
But you are
So,
on. You're like
well,
you've made it.
they let everyone get in the queue and get on the list.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
everyone can get on the list, and
Okay.
I've had my parents, all the parents of that generation are getting their shots.
Gotcha.
So that's, the older people are getting their shots. Some of the people in in those kind of jobs that need to be shot, they need the vaccine. So I'm hoping they get
Business
it.
analyst is not an essential service.
I am
It's not.
so not in any category.
I believe
It's
it's
not.
essential, but it does not need to be presential, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
It's needed,
Yeah.
but it's not going to. We're not going to. Most of us, at least, are not going to save lives.
Right.
So
Yes, or we can save lives from distance. Yeah, I think our profession was not was not stopped by COVID.
No,
like many others.
And you're right. I mean, I've had this conversation with my daughters. It's like, we were very lucky. Knock on wood, nobody got sick. Nobody. I was able to continue working.
Mhm.
It was like we were very lucky, and it's just trying to impress upon them that some people weren't as lucky.
Yep.
But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah,
awesome.
we're making progress here. It's good.
You got. I mean, 2 million doses a day. That is progress. Like we're. I think at the current rate for Canada, we'll be done by June 2023. So yeah, we're way behind.
Wow.
They're gonna have to, but it's been a supply issue as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we're way behind. But I think they've estimated that for like me, general population, it'll be like August.
Oh.
Which, yeah, still,
we're gonna we're gonna start keep making the shots even after everyone here has got it and blow them across the world. So
yeah, I know, but like, but conferences are gonna start up, and I've got FOMO. So like, I can't, but I'm not gonna go.
Do you want to feel better about our country?
Yeah, please make me feel better. Because you like Brazil also had some struggles with denying that it was an issue. Your president got it, I think, twice. What's going on? What's going on down south?
I don't know why COVID is not so effective in the people it should be. Like the disease should have a target.
You wanted to like you want someone to snipe COVID at people.
Yes, it's not the way it works. But
we are everyone.
We are in the worst time of the disease here. With the numbers of deaths this week is the higher since the beginning of the pandemic.
Oh, so really?
It's terrible. We are going to close everything again next week, starting on Saturday. They are closing even stores and everything. We are shutting down everything to see if we can diminish the spread of the disease. There is this Brazilian variation that was born in Manaus, which is close to the Amazon forest, and it's hard. So we are not in a very good time here, and vaccines are being very slow. Yes, Locosel is here. Hi, Locosel. Locosel is our director of education.
All right.
All right,
Yes.
and he speaks Italian too. I'm impressed.
Yes, he speaks Italian.
Hey, ciao,
But he
Carlos.
doesn't. Yeah, ciao, Carlos. And that's how we are. So I'm not in the line, but I know I will be at the end of the line probably in December. My parents-in-law got the shot. My mother-in-law is 88. But she just got the first shot. We have a 2 doses vaccine here, but it's going on.
Yeah,
It's a start, man.
People from health part like magicians and nurses are getting shots. That's very good. But you said August for you. I don't have that. I don't have that idea. I have no idea.
Oh, but that's like they're going to open it up in August. It's not like I've got my appointment booked for August. It's like in August it's going to be okay. General population.
You got to get on the phone. You got to keep refreshing.
Yeah. So,
it's the challenge of not getting the shot. Yeah.
Well, and I live north of Toronto, so it's not the population up here isn't as dense as the city, so I could be okay, but I don't know. Like I don't know. So
my friends and I we're all taking bets on can we make a plan for June or July? Can we make a plan for even December, to take a trip?
Yeah.
It's a lot of refundable reservations happening right now.
Yeah.
Making sure it's refundable and it's cancelable. But I'm having hope.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, and I said I think when Danelkis was on earlier this year, I said I'm pretty sure I'll be on a plane at some point this year. And I'm almost more optimistic now after seeing how the adults in the States are handling things again. And so with the adults back in charge, it's actually, I love this comment, by the way. Just I have reservations about reservations. That's thank you, Steve.
I was studying a technique called Real Options today. It just reminded me about that.
Yeah.
It's in the BA Book Guide extension of the Agile extension of the BA Book Guide. And the principle is you should take your decisions at the most delayed time as possible. Yep. So you should find when does that option expires, and that's the time you should make the decision. Before that, try to maintain your decisions open, your options open. So that's an agile principle.
But as you get closer to the end, you may run out of options. Like your selection may be more limited. So you probably have more options, or in terms of pathways at the earlier stage versus later on. But
that's the idea. Try to find out when do an option expires, and try to take the decision at that point, not earlier. And after that, the decision is not available anymore. So when is your decision is going to expire? That's the idea.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, when it comes to flights, like all it's going to really mean is it's going to be more expensive, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm going to Orlando, I could book it now for $300, or I could book it 2 weeks before for $900.
Yeah.
But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But it has been really, as a neighbor, it's been fun, as fun as it can be. It's been interesting watching the shift from December to January in terms of how things have been handled in the States, and it's so refreshing. I'm so refreshed.
Yay! You look happy then, and that's what.
Do I?
Yeah, you look well. It could be your other news too, but you just you look happy.
Listen,
it's
good. It's good, and it's good. I'm more positive about the world right now. So what else? What else has been going on? I guess Fabricio, you've got a week to get everything done that you need to get done, because once you go back into lockdown, you're stuck.
Oof.
I'm pretty much working from home, and so
Right.
it's not going to change very much my life.
Right.
And my wife goes to the gym, and she's not going to the gym anymore. But I wasn't going. I like to play basketball, and it's very hard to play basketball with mask. People don't use it, and and so I'm just playing with my kid at the garage. That's all.
Okay. Hey, that's fine.
That's cool.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
we
I'm already locked down by my decision. And what I have been seeing, and there's a big discussion around here, and I think that's interesting, is people saying, oh, the government should lock it down first. They should restrict options very earlier, and they are not restricting. But I question myself if that's the right to do, if we need more restrictions, or if we need more conscience. My conscious of
yes,
people conscious, because when government restrict people from going to a pub, they go to someone's house and make a big party, and people have no conscience about that. And today, our club said they are going to close doors next week. And a friend of my wife said, "Oh, so I must use it today, the most I can," because she's not getting the idea.
Right.
They're going to close the club because we shouldn't go there. So
right.
People are not taking their own. How to say? They are not appropriating themselves by their responsibility.
They're being
expecting it from the government.
They're being and you're right. If the government tells you to do something, even in Canada, we'll complain about it, but in the end, we'll mostly do it. But if they tell you to do something, you're like, no, don't tell me what to do. I don't want to. Don't tell me what to do. It's human nature. But if we had just done that from the beginning and done the right thing, if we just done the right thing, we might be in a very different situation. But
so much going on.
Hindsight is always 20/20, right?
Yeah.
And so Jimmy's comment, there will be no football, no. I don't believe lambada is a Brazilian dance. But,
yes, it is a Brazilian dance.
Is it Brazilian? Okay.
Yes, but nobody does lambada anymore.
That was like an 80s thing.
Yeah,
90s, I believe, but
was it 90s?
The class never talked about lambada.
I don't see anybody dancing lambada anymore. But football, we still play. Yes.
Yeah. Do you who do you support? Anybody or
no? I'm not very much a football fan.
Never mind.
But
this
most Brazilians are. I'm the
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I've got a collection of jerseys upstairs, but anyways.
Very nice.
Mindy, you jumped off camera in the pregame, so you don't know what's coming.
No, sorry.
But and I think you came back at the tail end of it. But I'm one of the other reasons, and this was not planned, but it just sort of worked out this way. U2 is a great band. But these two people, these two fantastic individuals who are joining me today, are the first confirmed, announced speakers for the upcoming Serendipity Fest, which I've been blown away by the response. Yeah. You guys are the first two that we're going to put out there that are going to be participating in the event, and I could not be more excited. We're not going to say what you're doing because that's going to come officially later.
Is that a surprise?
All right, surprise.
Well, but
I'll just give a little preview.
Yeah, little preview, and this is a little preview too.
All right.
I want to thank you guys for actually supporting that work, because I think we were expecting not to get the response that we did. And I don't want to speak for Adrian, but like I know I was blown away by the number of people and the like. We had to turn away ideas that are tremendous.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's just, there's no space because we only planned it as a half day. We actually even added an hour so that we could get more people in. It's just, it was tremendous. So I'm so excited you guys are going to be there.
That's very cool.
I'm very excited to be part of it. The way that you and Adrian built this community and the way you've picked it up and did this and the other broadcasts that you do on Adrian's communications that he puts out, it built a really nice community as seen by the people on the chat as well. Yeah. And I just love being a part of this, and I'm glad to be part of it. I'm so excited. Yeah, there's that. I was like, I'm going in. I'm going to put myself out there for that. For Vince,
this day just got better. And I think I messaged you after you put in because you put in a couple ideas. And you're actually the only person who's going to appear multiple times that day. So there's that. But I messaged you and it was before they closed, and I probably shouldn't even say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. It was one of those, like, you get it. I think you got what we were trying to do, and the ideas that you put forward, you got it. And then Fabricio submitted his, and it was like, I didn't message you, and I'm sorry, I probably should have. He gets it too. Like, it was not going to be typical. It's going to be different. And so we also wanted to give you an opportunity, if you wanted to talk about something different, to be able to do that. And so, and no, Steve, right, right now, there's no plan to, no, I don't want to speak that day.
Okay. All right.
And that's sort of like, that was sort of the, we wanted to create the environment for cool things to happen. And so, I mean, we'll be doing the, welcome to the festival, but I don't want to be Amy that day. That's what I want to be. I want to be Amy. I want to
open, you close,
I want to open, I want to close in the middle. I'm going to let you guys do your thing. I think we've built a pretty good agenda. And you know what? And we'll see what comes of it in the future, because I always envisioned a professional festival on the beach. Ooh. So, I mean, if you're looking, we could do Copacabana, the Serendipity Copacabana edition. Like, right? I'm just playing.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good song. I should write that down.
I'm floating a thought balloon. I'm just floating it up there, and let's see where it goes. Right? But so anyways, thrilled to have you guys. We're not gonna divulge yet, but just thrilled to have you guys involved. What is it that, I mean, you talked about the community, Mindy. Let's come to you for this one. What was it that specifically, was it me that made you want to?
Well, of course, because you bring me on the show and I get to, get out there. Yeah. And that's drink not alone. No, I'm just kidding. But this is, I've done some Zoom happy hours and whatnot, but this is, with peers in my profession, and we're having fun. And I don't get this anywhere else. This is where I get it. And I go to the conferences, and I got it live, and now I get it here. Yeah. And that's why I love being part of the chat when I'm not on the show, like last week and the week before. I might come in for the last few minutes, but it's keeping in touch with you all and our community of practice and this global world that we can do. We didn't have this before. We just had the people that could fly in. So this is a bigger crowd. And it's fun. So yay.
Well, and I mean, I'm already planning this will be a live show at some point.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing to say it has to continue this way.
Just remember, if I can't be on the show when it's live, I'm a good backup dancer. I really,
Oh,
I
I
got
know.
the move. I don't distract from the speaker. I add to the event. Okay.
Yeah,
Just like,
but I mean, think about this. Like, I'm here, you and me are talking, and we're at the bar and we're talking, and then you see like other big names walking in the background, just like, yeah, whatever. Or
yeah,
they're
here we go.
walking by. It's like, hey, come on in. Let's bring you on. Like,
That'd be fun.
I
Stop by
can't I
for a
can't
couple minutes. Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait for it. And yeah, I'm. What a great day.
Good
Vince,
times. Good
Yes, sir.
time.
I'm glad I got the idea of serendipity, as you said, but I don't really know what the word means. Can you explain it to me, please?
It is this like fortuitous good event. So, you're walking down the street and a football lands at your feet, and you pick it, you see it, you stop the ball, you kick it back to the person who's chasing it down, and it's I'm gonna age myself here. It's Roberto Carlos. And then he says, "Wow, that was a great pass. Do you want to come join our pickup match?" And you look over, and there's Ronaldinho and Pele in his prime, because we're transcending the time
Right.
space continuum, and Zico's over there, and it's like, yes, I do want to play with them, and it's just like this random moment that happened, and because you did something that seems very simple, something very, very serendipitous and fortunate happened, right? Because at that game, someone was scouting and they saw you, and now you're playing for Sao Paulo, and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's this random experience that is positive, and so that was what we wanted. We wanted to just bring people together and see what conversations happened. And so we're leaving a lot of space for that to happen.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Does that sort of help?
Yes, very
I
much.
didn't define it for you, but I painted a picture.
Yes, no, I like it. It's
Yeah.
like a Nike propaganda, but I like it. Yes, and he used a lot of good players. Even I know them, right?
Right. See, Roberto Carlos was my guy when I was growing up playing, because he was
Yeah.
at Real at the time. He was the best right back in the world. I played right back, and I tried so hard to be him, with running down the flank,
The
and
pro.
I'm gonna score goals. I missed the talent piece. He was very talented. I didn't
But
have that.
you had the legs, right?
No, I didn't
The
have that
strong
either.
legs.
I did
Yeah,
I did have strong legs.
The strong legs.
Yeah.
And eventually, what they had to do was they said, "Okay, you know what? You have become a liability at right back. We're gonna move you to play as an attacking winger, and that way I didn't have any defensive responsibilities. I just got to run up and down the wing, and it's solved, because I was like, I would go on these overlap. I would go on these runs, and then just leave us completely exposed in the back. So, anyways, now we're going back. Like, that's like 25 years ago, and so yeah. But Roberto Carlos was my. It feels now. It feels like yesterday, but like I can't now. My legs are hurting, and
you can't run that much.
Back in the it was not unheard of for me to just get together with friends on a weekend, play some pickup scrimmage, and play for 4, 5, 6 hours, and it was just like, yeah, whatever, and then we'd go out and it would be great. Now,
did you ever? Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Did you ever play indoor?
Oh yeah.
I didn't pick up indoor till I was an adult, and I needed, found a team after work and all that. I love indoor more than outside. Absolutely.
Yeah. I went and bought the special like indoor cleats.
Oh yeah.
With the little, because we played on like simulated turf, so not like the carpet.
Yeah.
But the actual the carpet.
Cool.
Me and the carpet, we don't get along.
The knees.
I'm a slider. I'm yeah. It's
Maybe you
not
need
good.
a different shoe.
No. The
No,
shoe
that's
wasn't
not
the problem. The shoe wasn't the problem. I was in university, and I was playing with the team that I was with at the time. I went up to head the ball. The guy that I expected he was going to jump up as well. He didn't. He submarined me.
Oh.
And so I went over his back, face first down onto the carpet, and had a burn like right down my face, and then had to go to school the next day with this like massive scar on my face. So
that's a thing.
But I was like 17 at the time. I didn't care.
Okay.
Anyway,
It
happens. It's fine now, I think. But it's anyway.
Yeah, if you aspirate, yeah.
Now I understand your face. Right.
Basketball is not exactly an easy sport either. Oh!
I knew I would.
It's been a while since I've done one of those. It's been a while. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Just joking.
No, man, it's fine. I don't care. You can't bring me down. It's fine. It's fine. Anyways, what do you guys have planned as far as like speaking and traveling this year? And yes, that was so far the burn of the day. That's the one for you. What do you guys got planned for speaking, traveling, working? When are you expecting to be back to normal?
Fabricio, I'll let you go.
Yeah, sure.
I would love to be at BBC in October. I just don't believe that much that we are going to be presential, even if US get together, because they're vaccinating very fast and very much. I'm not sure if they're going to receive Brazilians, and I don't see that very clear in the horizon.
Horizon, yeah, you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Right.
Yeah.
So I would love to be there. It would be very nice to be together. And something nice about this disease and this time is that because of that, we are relating ourselves very much more virtually. Like here in your show, it's tremendous, nice. You created a community. A lot of people in this community is also at Belgium and Brussels. Philippus Hendricks were here, so there's people joined together from a lot of different countries there. We are also in our small community here, but it's not so small because Brazil is huge. We are having more people connected every week in our sessions of Brazilian IABA Brazil chapter. So we are creating a community very more engaged. And this kind of show you do here, what Philip does in Brussels, is different from what we have been done in the past that were the webinars. At a webinar, you just see content. You don't have the feeling that you are in a community. You like, I saw a webinar from Vince. Oh, he's a smart guy. But I haven't met him. I didn't have a chance to talk to him and understand a little bit about him and know that he plays soccer and he felt down with his face. So this creates engagement, a different kind of engagement. So I think that when we came together again in the same place, it's going to be totally different. We are going to find a lot of close friends that we haven't been close ever. Right?
Yeah, so I agree.
That's very nice.
Yeah. I mean that was one of the sort of early principles was this is not a webinar, because I think a lot of people do webinars and I think that's great, but this was like we're just people and it's an opportunity to just chat, and I never expected that anybody from anywhere in the world would watch this, but I'm thrilled that they do, but I just never thought of it. Mindy, before we come to you, there is a question. I try to include as many questions. Where are we from?
Oh,
and weather conditions. Well, Fabricio, why don't you go first? Because
As I am in São Paulo, it's 25 degrees Celsius here right now. It's 6:30.
That doesn't seem fair.
Yes, it's hot here.
Mindy?
Yeah, I am in Arlington, Virginia, outside the Washington, D.C. border on the East Coast. And it is 52 degrees here, and the sun is out. And yeah, it's a lot nicer than it was the last 3 weeks. So
52 Fahrenheit. It's roughly
Fahrenheit.
9 or 10 Celsius.
Right.
Okay.
That's
thanks for the translation.
Well, I mean, we have to, right? Otherwise, it technically, like, she's warmer than you at 52. It's roughly, I think it's about 9 or 10 degrees, because it's minus 30 and then half as a rough.
Yeah.
Okay. I just had to look it up. I'm about an hour north of Toronto. It's very windy, and the current temperature is -8 Celsius. So it is cold. That's like almost almost a 30-degree swing from here to Sao Paulo. So I will be on the next flight, my friend. I'll be triple masked, and
we'll be at the pool at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's going to be hot.
I don't think you need to go that far. You can just go to Kansas City and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I was just looking at these.
Don't go north.
Even Calgary's warmer than Toronto. That is unacceptable. I will take Kansas City right now, though. But yeah, sorry. Okay, so
that's where we are.
I forget what we were talking about. But I know that the next thing had to come to you, Mindy. I know we were coming to you. Yeah. Yeah. So, question to you.
Yeah. So I was hoping that today would be a good artificial deadline for myself to get the new presentation done. But I am going to submit it to BA World and to the other places because I have enough of it done that I can do that. So wait and see on that. And then as soon as I can get that ready, I'll put it out to the BA chapters, IABA chapters, and try and get out there virtually again with them, talking at Serendipity. Hopefully do a little bit internal with my company. We're good at internal brown bags. So do that as well. Practice there first and then go to BA World. Go practice at my local IABA chapter before I go to BA World.
I mean, you got to bring the thunder when you get out in public. Like you got to be good. That is not at all how I do stuff. So you do the presentation and then you do the submission?
No. I've got it written out. I'm going to submit. Okay. Even though, regardless of what BA World and BBC, which I think the deadline is this weekend.
It's this weekend, yeah.
Yeah, so I want to submit, with the outline that I got, the abstract that I got, but I'm going to finish it and I'm going to start putting it out there for you. Whoever else. Good
for you.
It's hard to get into these things.
It is. I come up with the idea, I write the abstract, and then I do the presentation. So, because then it becomes, oh crap, okay, what were my learning objectives again? Make sure I pick those, because I'm the worst. I you know what I want to do, and so far nobody has given me this chance. I came close. I did a webinar with the Phoenix chapter, and it was the closest I came. But I'm like, I just want to answer questions for an hour. I don't want to prepare anything. I don't want to I look at
you can be on a panel.
Yeah, that's. But I want to be by myself on a panel.
Right,
just me.
It's not a panel. It's a single panel.
It's a panel of one.
Right.
I look at one of the sort of, and he's not a professional speaker by any means, but like a guy like Gary Vaynerchuk, who has a shtick. I don't know if you guys know him. He's very interesting dude. But he goes up and he's like, "Here's my backstory." He talks for 10 minutes, and then it's like, let's ask questions. And it's incredible. Yeah. And that's what I want to do. But I know I'm not in that space, so I have to do the abstracts. I've got to do the thing, and I've got to prepare a 45-minute talk, and whatever, and that's fine too. But then I do the QA after. Yes, Mindy, I saw your hand up.
Yeah, I try not to interrupt, so I'm getting better about it.
No, please stop me.
That actually happened in Orlando, IIBA Orlando chapter. And there was a speaker that was supposed to come and speak and got delayed, had to cancel at the last minute. And so the organizer went around asking a few of the speakers that had already gone, hey, can we do an impromptu panel? And it literally was that. The four of us stood there on the side of the room, actually, to be more casual. And I moderated and participated, getting questions from the group, the audience. There was a full room. It was great. And even though they knew we were doing this impromptu thing, and they asked questions and got everyone to answer, had their turn in answering. I put in my 2 cents, and it was a really good flow. It was awesome. It felt really good to have their question answered and discussed.
It sounds very serendipitous.
It was.
Right? It just sort of happened, and it was amazing.
It was.
Serendipity, ladies and
next
gentlemen.
time there's an open slot because someone cancels.
Yeah, call me.
Yeah, don't have a topic that you have to do. Just go with it. Yeah.
I don't think BBC is going to let me get away with that, but I'm yeah.
Let me tell you what we did yesterday at the IIBA Brazil business chat we do every Wednesday, but we have different formats. And yesterday we did a kind of a game. This is what would you do in this situation game. So we have some guests on the screen, and there are people in the chat just like we have here. And there is some questions that the presenter, in case yesterday I was the presenter, asked for the guests. And that question has a situation, usually a situation around about business analysis, and you have to choose about 3 options. So there's option A, B, and C. What would you do in this situation? And the funny part is that A, B, and C are all horrible options. There is no good option on that. So it's not a take the right decision. It's take the
least bad.
The least bad decision.
Yeah.
And people have to choose. And people from the chat also choose an alternative. And after choosing, people have to explain why that is the least bad decision. And that's the funny part. That's where people learn, because there's a lot of stuff that people thinks to create a logic in that decision and say, I would never do that way because there's a problem. That's not agile. I believe that we should use another technique than that one. And so the conversation becomes very interesting. People choose different options. So there is also a kind of
you're
challenge.
Stupid. Why did you pick C?
Yes.
It's clearly A.
And
there's never a clear decision.
The person that got the choice that most part of the chat have chosen gain some points. So it's a game, and after that, at the end of the game, we have a winner. It's very fun. It was very fun yesterday. We have been doing this sometime, and we should do it here once.
Yeah, I wish I spoke Portuguese. No, I do have. I mean, it's not like that, because that sounds very educational and informative, and entertaining. I do have on because there's an episode planned for April Fool's Day, and that is the day that I think we're gonna play Never Have I Ever. Ooh. And I don't know if I mean, I hope she knows it. Judy's on that show, so Judy's gonna be on the Never Have I Ever episode. But like it's just to have, and the week before, and I'm still playing with the format, is actually the 1-year anniversary of this show. And I think it's just going to be me by myself.
All right.
With bringing people on.
Right.
To talk about their memories, but it's not going to be guests. It's just going to be like, whoever wants. So if you guys want to come back for that, I'm still sort of thinking through it, but because this is more work than it looks like. But yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
anyway,
I have to click some 3 buttons and that.
no, but you got to think like got to click 3 buttons. Get out of here! I'm gonna cut you again.
The preparation is always triple what the actual event is, at least.
I have to think about like who makes sense together, and how do I put people together that are gonna complement. And I mean, one of the greatest things that I was told about this after an episode was toward the end of last year, and I had Hans on with my friend Mike, and it was like they met each other 30 seconds before we went live, but the conversation was so natural that people thought we all knew each other for years, and it was like that was like, oh yeah, okay. So because I tried to think about who should I put people with, you know, so you know, it's a lot more work. Plus I got other stuff. Like, this is not my job. So I don't want to say it's an afterthought, because it's not, but like,
and then I think of it other things beyond this, and I think about how much you do plus your job, and I'm like,
I know
you are a strong-willed, or was it you got
I think the word you're looking for is stupid. You're
you
stupid
do a lot
to take on too much. I do.
I just understood the name of the show, right?
What do you mean?
Well, it's not their work, so it's the after work.
Yeah, it's after work. Yeah,
mostly after work.
Well, I mean, on a Thursday, this is when we would go to pub usually.
Yep.
We would go to pub. You cut out half hour early. You go to pub, and then you get the train, one train later home. That was our tradition at work. So Thursdays, that was Thursdays. So
I like that. I didn't know that. That's how this happened. Like this timing. All right.
That's how it happened.
That's cool.
Yeah. Hey, you know,
it's a tradition very longer than this digital show, right? It's just the continuation of something that happened before.
Yeah, this show has existed for years. Just I never recorded it.
Right.
And
Happy Hour has the best conversations, you know, with coworkers and whatnot. And we dive back and forth and flow back around even to different topics, work and not work and professional and silly. And
that was the idea.
I'm happy.
One of my like oldest friends, who's a business, he just moved out of a business analyst role. He watched I think the second episode or the third episode, and he was like, all you guys did was joke around for an hour. And I'm like, yeah, and?
Yeah.
And he's like, but I was expecting more like a webinar. I'm like, well, you have to listen for, like, there's the moments of learning.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to listen for it, because they're there. You have to pay attention. And yes, it's wrapped in a, wrapping paper of fun and humor. But it's still we're still learning. We're still talking about work. We're just not talking about it in the formal sense.
Yep.
Which is actually why I like the Brazilian BA YouTube channel.
Yep.
Because you didn't know this plug was coming, but I like the video you did for Christmas for requirements.
Oh.
I shared it with everybody. I'm like, check this out, because I'm helping teams go through, what is a requirement? How do you define what type of requirement you have? And it's like, here you go. Here's a video. And I think I've shared with you, they all love you.
Oh, that's cool. Did you see the 2 editions of it? There's an edition.
No, I didn't see that one.
COVID, and there's an edition post-COVID, because context changed. And so I had to create a second video.
I saw the first one. You
saw the first one, right?
Yeah.
The first one, I had made it last year in Portuguese.
Yeah.
And so I just translated that to English. But
it still works.
Close to this Christmas of 2020, and we had COVID. So I made a second version of it, sending a second letter to Santa Claus, saying, Santa Claus. Context changed,
Yes.
and so did my requirements. And so
But that's
there's
important
a lot.
too, right? That's important.
Yes,
but
for
no,
sure.
I watched
That's an
the
important
first
concept.
one. I watched the first one,
I
and I
almost see
mean,
the second one.
it hasn't been so long that we did have like get-togethers at Christmas that it was lost on me, but but yeah, and yes, absolutely, everyone should go and you know what? While
So,
you're there,
yeah.
subscribe to my channel, but then go to the Brazilian BA and
There we
subscribe to that. Thank you, Sarcha.
This week I published a video and
The
too few
framework.
people have seen this. Yes, the framework. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
seen
So
that one
after we connected,
Because-
I watched your video on framework versus methodology, and
Yes.
very good. I love the examples and Mona Lisa doing a selfie. I don't know where you got that picture, but how do you? I love it. It was very entertaining and educational. So
He's
awesome. I
edutaining.
recommend it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I
That's not easy.
it's not.
to
And-
make it a good package like
Yeah.
you guys are doing,
Yeah,
Takes
and
a
I apologize. I have not. I saw the video on LinkedIn, but
LinkedIn.
I've not had a chance to watch it.
Oh, right.
But so,
it's on the channel, right? So,
you know what,
It's there.
everyone, I'm going to go right now and I'm going to subscribe. If I believe I already subscribed to your channel, but as this is happening,
Yes.
you can't see,
And
but I'm
click on the belt.
There you go.
Yes, click on the belt.
And then we got
Yeah.
Carlos. I don't know. People
There
are
we
doing
go.
@ symbols in the chat. So are those for Twitter or somewhere else? Or YouTube?
I think they're just talking to each other within this. I don't think it's for
Oh,
anything.
okay. All right.
You know what? I just subscribed to your channel, but I'm gonna have to unsubscribe because I think you have more subscribers than me, and my ego will not allow that to happen.
Too late.
I don't have too much
No, I'm just-
subscribers
I'm
in the
just
Brazilian BA. I do have another channel in Portuguese. That's Fabricio Laguna, my name. That's a nice channel. I do have a lot of subscribers there.
But if it's
it's
in
just
Portuguese, yeah, it doesn't
Yes.
help me. That doesn't help me.
No.
My Portuguese expires after bom dia. That's it.
What is that?
Yeah.
Good day.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ah,
Good morning.
lovely. All right.
That's it. That is it for me. But yeah, I did subscribe to you live on air, and so and I mean we're talking about a statistical insignificance because we're 9 subscribers different, so it's fine. It's fine.
There you
go.
Hey, I mean, it was talked about earlier. I do have an ego. I mostly can control it, but sometimes. Mindy, did you not realize I had an ego?
Oh, I thought I cut out.
Oh, no,
when
you're
you had
good.
an ego, I thought I was going away.
Ask and ye shall receive.
There we go. Yeah.
But yeah, this is all cool. This is all good times. Where do you stand on? And we'll close with this in our last sort of 5 minutes together. Do you ever want to go back to the office? Fabricio, I know you are independent. You probably go to like client offices. Mindy, do you ever want to go back to an office?
2 days a week. If
Why
I could
2
go
days?
2 days a week, I am quite comfortable here now. And the commute here in the city sucks, I gotta say, unless it's a client that's in a really good place with a good atmosphere where I want to be around. I'm a consultant. I go to the client site. And not all clients have a pleasant working building. Some of the buildings around here are really, really old. Some of the people in the next department I might be working next to aren't my cup of tea, maybe. So it just depends, right? But there are certain activities that I think would be good to be in person. So I'm running a root cause analysis, session tomorrow. That'd be nicer to do in person. That really would, I think that would be better, but it's going to be virtual tomorrow. It can be done virtually, so that's fine. But it's actually, now that I'm talking it out, not 2 days a week maybe, but for certain events.
Yeah, because like I look at it as what is it that you're trying to achieve?
Yep.
Because like if there's something that you think will work better in person and you can do that, then sure. But I don't ever like outside of those. I never want to go back to the office. Ever. Ever.
So I haven't actually met my coworkers because I'm on a new project as of August.
Right.
And I knew two of them from previous happy hours and company events, but I haven't met everyone in person before. Mm-hmm. So I like that in-person time to get to know people. It just takes longer virtually, and I think we've done that because we have happy hours over web, but it just takes longer. So mm-hmm. yeah, I don't see. There are some weeks we don't need to be in the office. There's no reason to see each other in person. Mm-hmm. But there's moments like we.
Yeah. I think we I think we're probably aligned on that. You want to be able to pick and choose when you are in person versus when you are remote. And if it's to go to do like a team building thing or then cool. Yeah. But if it's to go, lead a workshop, I can do that. I can do that
next to each other. Yeah. And just work near each other, proximity, there's no use for that. Yeah. That can be done here. Yeah. I actually was a little like someone else. I used to be a bigger extrovert. Right. And I've learned to chill. Yeah.
Right.
I can do this.
And as much as you talk about the commute, my commute is an hour and a half each way.
Golly.
So
you did that?
Like, I did that. So I was up at 5:15 to be on the train, to leave for the train at 6:30, to catch the train at 6:50, to be in the office at 10 after 8.
Wow.
And then back home. And so like I don't know, a former boss used to describe me as a high functioning insomniac, because I was like, my brain was still firing, but mm-hmm. like I was always tired, always. And so now I don't feel tired anymore. Nice. It's great. It's nice. Great.
That's great.
Fabricio,
do you think that you're working more or less in this virtual world?
I think I'm working differently.
In terms of time, in how long, and in terms of productivity, there are two.
Yeah, I would say the productivity per hour is probably down, because I mean just like Zoom fatigue and just like today I had meetings from 9 until 4, all virtual, where I'm sitting here like I had to sneak away from a meeting to go and have lunch for 10 minutes. So that part of it is exhausting. You miss out on, like, my old back in the before times, it would be really easy to schedule time and go, have a coffee or something. And so I did a lot of those, because that's where work gets done.
Yep.
So, you're being productive, but you're not. I would say I'm probably on the 8 hours, probably more, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like it. So I don't know.
Life is better. Yeah.
I don't know. It is. Life
is better.
It is. I think so.
I'm liking it. I'm liking to not have to go to my clients.
Yeah.
And just met them from home. São Paulo is a very huge city, so everything's very far. And I have clients in other cities too, like Rio de Janeiro or in other states. And so I had to travel a lot. Right. And since March 12th, next week, it's going to make 1 year that I don't go to a Peter's a very good friend. Thanks, Peter. Not true. And I haven't gone to a client in a year. Next week, it's going to be a year that I just work from home exclusively. Yeah. And I use it to work a lot from home, but then I was building something, and I do a lot of workshops and training, education, and it was always presential. And
Right.
And a new way was formed, and I just feel the lack of the presential for some kind of workshops we did, or for some kind of courses we did. But for meetings and it's very useful. And I did not believe that training online could be so good. And really surprised me about that. It's very cool. It's very nice. There are some new tools that we can use that we didn't have before. So there's a gain on that. It's going to be hybrid.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I've started. I mean, when things broke last year, I had already sort of wanted to take all of my training and put it online, and I did that. And I've struggled with pieces of it because, you know, one of the courses that I have at my online academy is my Lean Six Sigma yellow belt, which is easy because it's informational. It's gets you certification. If you're interested in Lean Six Sigma training, go to lovetheprocess.academy. But I've struggled with doing the more advanced belts because there's a project component to it, and I still haven't figured out how to hybridize those or how to put them into an online. And so, you know, I am looking forward to that. But but on the flip side, I don't think I ever want to do that training again, because now it's you can go do it. It's online. Go do it. I don't need to develop material. The material's done. The videos are done. Go watch them. Like, it's done. And I think that's really cool because now it allows me to go do something else.
I did a kind of hybrid course that people can watch the videos before the class, and during the class we just have the
conversation.
The conversation and the practice. So I don't have to teach anybody anymore. I mean, I don't have to give content. We just practice. So we make a workshop online, but they have time to watch videos, and they have to, like, one day to watch 15 minutes of video or 20 minutes of video. Don't worry. And the next day we are going to do the practice, and it's very nice.
I like that.
It's very good.
That's what I'm doing. That's the next thing that I'm doing now, because I'm with my provider. It integrates with Zoom, and so I can just have course content that lives on my course behind a wall, but it's with Zoom. And so you can have these videos, and then you do the lesson of the practical. So I'm still piecing through that, but anyways, guys, we are over time.
Yeah.
We blew right through that. Last minute thoughts. Mindy Bohannon, why don't we start with you? Last minute thoughts.
Yep. Ask yourself, if you're going to do something or not do something and you're hesitant, ask yourself, why not? And most of the time I can't come up with an answer, so I got to do it. You know, I just got to get the energy and the time. But it's why not? And then the other one is, what if? You know, and you can get quite silly there and quite fun, and also it's a fun motivator kind of questions. So
cool.
Encourage people to think about that.
Cool.
Fabricio?
Yes. Something I was thinking this morning, and it takes a ride in Mindy's ideas, is that when you are ashamed of doing something and you are not doing that because you're ashamed, sometimes it's a good thing not to do, because it probably represents a value that you have. Like, you don't steal stuff in the market because you would be very ashamed if someone takes you stealing, right? So it's a principle you have, a value you have. But if there is no real meaning about that, like speaking in public, what's the value that you are breaking up? And using a different technique, what's the value that you are not breaking up? Probably the value that you are breaking up is perfectionism. And perfectionism, despite a lot of people use perfectionism as a quality, it's not. It's not good. When people say, "Oh, what's your biggest, your your worst characteristic. Oh, I'm a perfectionist. Like they're saying, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
Do everything. No, that's not good, because when you are a perfectionist, you're not agile. You're not trying. You're not learning fast. You're not failing fast. So when you don't have another reason, another value that it makes you be ashamed, it's just perfectionism. And try to break it down. It's not good for you. So do it. Put courage as a value.
Perfection is what we hide behind when we're afraid of failing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a perfectionist. Right. This is not ready. I can't put it out into the world. And then you'll never end up doing it. It's an excuse for not taking action.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
All right, on that. This has been Analysts After Work. Fabricio, Mindy, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for being involved with Serendipity, and thank you for just being generally awesome. We will catch you guys won't be back next week, but we'll be back next week with I think we've got Bruce and Bruce Gay, Dan Simon on next week. So a little bit of a PM slant. I'm gonna have to fight back against them, but can't wait, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.
Thanks,
Bye bye.
Bye, Fabricio.